Good morning, we're gonna call the meeting to order. It is 9:03. First thing we're gonna do is the invocation. Mr. Brown, can you give us the invocation and the pledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Those all saying. Let's bow heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we praise you this morning, oh God, for allowing us to see another day. And Father, we just ask, oh God, continue to move in this place, oh God. Father, continue to bless our elected officials, Father. Continue to give them strength from on high and the wisdom and courage to lead your people, God. Father, we just pray for this community. We pray for the city. We pray for this county. We pray for the state. We pray for this country, God. Father, we just ask, oh God, continue to bless our first responders, all of our teachers, our doctors, and everyone on the sound of my voice, oh God. Father, continue to let Adams County be a beacon. We continue to pray that new businesses come in and flourish, oh God. Father, we just thank you right now. We just want to pray for anyone that may have lost any loved ones over the last week, oh God. Father, continue to strengthen, oh God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Face the flag, place your heart. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call. Supervisor Gray.
Present.
Supervisor Wilson.
Here.
Supervisor Gaines.
Here.
Supervisor Middleton.
Present.
Deputy Clerk Paige Dean. Present. Chancellor Clerk Brandon Lewis. Present. Attorney Scott Slover.
Present.
And County Administrator Ms. Khan. Present. And I'm here. And we do have a deputy, right? Yes. Mr. Miles. Okay, great. Let me move forward. Next on the agenda is approval of the docket. Can I get a motion?
So.
Yeah, okay, the minutes ain't on here, so I'm gonna go back and do minutes.
You ready to minutes, sir?
Yeah, because it's not on. Give me approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson. Can I
Second.
get a second? Second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Next, approval of the docket. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson.
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion?
Yes, ma'am. Go
Any
ahead. You go
discussion?
ahead. I keep noticing on the docket, we're still having a $1,700 charge for the storage at High Street Properties. And I just want to know where we are on that. We're trying to get rid of that by the end of the year.
I have been so busy, I haven't had time to pull it back. I'll get with the sheriff and see if he's on his circle, but I think he has, I think that's gonna be.
Call me when you go over there, I'll go with you.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Supervisor Gray?
Yes, ma'am, Madam President. I just want to reflect that I'm voting against, his claim number is 6 numbers.
That's the transition, the transaction number.
Okay. And I can use the transaction number, 265792. I just want the record to reflect I voted against that.
Any others? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Next on the agenda is any special presentations. Do we have any special presentations?
Morning.
I think we have you on down the line, but you can go ahead. It's okay. We'll let you
It
go
won't
ahead.
take me 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm here on behalf of the Volunteer Firefighters Association, and I'm gonna bring good news. I'm not here to complain about a single thing. Just wanna make you aware of what's been going on and some things that we've tended to ourselves. As you know, these volunteer fire departments were established about 20, 25 years ago, complete with appliances. Well, things tend to wear out. We had 3 refrigerators go out in 3 of the 4 stations in the last 6 weeks. Knowing the situation with the budget, and we were informed we needed to look for donations, get these refrigerators replaced. Thanks to Billy Humphrey, she made one phone call And thanks to Walmart, they provided us with 4 brand new refrigerators.
Super.
Those refrigerators have been picked up, delivered, and installed. So now we have cold drinks on those work days that we spend on Saturdays and Sundays after calls sometimes. We saved the county $1,057, what all Walmart's retail price was. So with that, I just wanted to make you aware of it. We got some other issues, but we won't try to tend to them in the next budget year with Mr. Bradford said.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you
And
both.
thank you, Ms. Hopper, for doing a great job and making that phone call. That's what we need
We
more.
always count on it.
I know I can. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Okay. Any other special presentations? Okay.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
I have Miss Caroline Ketchum. She's gonna hand out some stuff to y'all while I start. I am here today on behalf of the FAST team, which is Adams County FAST team, which stands for Public Health and Safety Team. We started with funds from Mississippi Public Health Institute. We no longer receive those funds, but we are still doing our FAST team. And today we're coming to you because we have decided with our FAST team that meets every 3 months that we would like to put in a naloxone vending machine at the hospital. We would like to put several of these around the community, but our first one we would like to put at the hospital. We've already partnered with the hospital. This is their request to have the first one put there outside of their ER. So what we are trying to do right here is I'm just letting y'all know that we are going to use we'd like to use some of our opioid funds from the drug court to help with putting this vending machine out because this will reduce overdoses in our community. We've already had one put on Gulfport since December 4th, and they have given out 2,520 of these naloxone kits. In Ocean Springs, they're starting on March 20th. This is a little old information, probably a month old, so there might be some more since then, but they had given out 171. Pascagoula's had theirs since March 20th, and they've given out 356. We have data that can support a reduction of overdose deaths by half by giving these out. We actually have some here today, if any of y'all would like to have one. These are naloxone kits. You're able to give these out. I mean, you're able to use these with no you don't have to worry about someone coming on, you get in trouble for using it. You can use it if someone you feel is overdosing in front of you. We have given them out around the community, and we'd like to have them put in these vending machines so that it'll be available to more people.
Okay.
So we're just letting you know that's what we're planning to do. So it's just letting y'all know that that's what the FAST team is up to lately. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions for her?
So are you saying that if you have somebody in crisis and they're really not having an overdose, it's not gonna hurt them?
It is not gonna hurt them, no, not at all. And you're not, they can't do anything to you, like you're covered by law. But I have some kits if anybody would like any. Let us know.
I'd like them.
Sure, we'll bring them up to you.
And put them in my basement or something.
And if the board does. If we run out, I will bring you back some more. We have more next door.
Sorry, who would like some?
Everybody?
Everybody at the board, everybody at the board.
I'll bring back some more of the kits if you want the ones that are in the thing. Those work too. They're just not in the pretty little black case.
Is it a nasal spray?
Is it what?
It is a nasal spray.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we definitely have more in
We'll bring some more back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next, I'm gonna do city, government business, Ms. Valencia Hall, go ahead and take care of that.
As far as machine, I'll look and confirm we can do that under our home rule statute.
Yeah, that's all we can do, yeah, so you need to give it here before they go ahead and start doing it, okay?
Well, they can put it in the hospital, huh?
I'm going to make sure that we can do that.
Good morning, Board. Madam President, thank you for allowing me to come and speak with all of you today. At our last board meeting, the city voted to ask that we begin communication with you all on the possibility of coming together to partner with pickleball, a couple of pickleball courts. And the thought is, we're already working together on other projects, Morgantown. We have given funds from the Silver Street project to help with Morgantown, with the airport, and also the pool. So the thought is perhaps, as you begin your budget talks and we begin our budget talks, we can partner and think about putting some pickleball courts near the pool to have more recreation at that site. It's just a thought. Just a thought to begin some collaboration on recreation and with pickleball. There are funding sources, USA Pickleball, United States Association of Pickleball. Although their funding season has ended, I think as of April of this year, but in the spring of 27, it opened again. It's the grant program for dedicated pickleball courts only. It's not where you place lines on tennis courts. It's for dedicated pickleball courts. And it's just a thought. The cost, the low end is $20,000, the high end can go as high as $50,000 to $85,000 per court, depending on the service. Asphalt is cheaper, concrete is more expensive, but concrete is also durable. That lasts about 30 years versus 7 to 10 years with asphalt. Asphalt also cracks more easily, particularly during climate conditions, whereas asphalt doesn't. The other thing that makes it more expensive, if you do the post-tension concrete, when you're building the slabs, that lasts about 30 years. So it's just a thought for us to begin communication. I don't want to take up a lot of your time today, but just to begin the conversation, as we can have more conversations about it, but the board did vote that we began the conversation. I do have some information, data, if you have any questions about anything at this point about it.
My question is, we was talking about funding.
Yes, ma'am.
You say there are some grants out there?
Yes,
for it?
ma'am. USA Pickleball, United States Association of Pickleball provides grants for that, up to $50,000. Lowest $25,000, up to $50,000.
Is there a match?
No, there's no match.
No match.
No match. The goal is for communities to use other funding sources, depending on the kind of services you want and the amenities you want. But their maximum is $50,000. There's also the Land Water Conservation Fund. They also provide recreation funding, and they also provide recreation funding for pickleball.
Anybody else have any questions?
Go ahead.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I don't have a problem with the concept. I think pickleball is getting very popular now. But here go my only concern, especially when you open up a new business, it's all about location. Have anybody got with the Pickleball Association and ask them, if we do this, are they gonna go over there and utilize the pickleball courts over there? Because sometimes you can put something somewhere and it's in the wrong location and they won't even go over there.
Well, that has been a concern for many people. And I understand they had a meeting the other day and they're thinking of a whole different location to go. But I'm thinking for other members in the community who want to come and play, not just the pickleball association, but other members of the community at large who want to have pickleball as a recreation sport.
I agree 100%. It's a really growing sport.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
there's a lot of people involved. I hate that y'all couldn't work something out. But I do know that they're gonna put 10 courts somewhere else. Now, do we need some in Natchez too? Yeah. Inside the city limits? Yes, probably so.
We probably do, but I'm thinking we can do something together. We already have the pool and put some there, but that's just an option, but you're absolutely correct. And I'll just give you a few figures on the asphalt, it's like $3 to $7 per square foot. Whereas if you do a concrete slab, it's almost like $10 or more to do a slab or fill them all. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say, probably 3 years ago, this board voted unanimously with ARPA funds to donate $250,000 to the softball complex if the school district and the city would match it. And they both opted out. We have now lost softball to the Dow. The same thing's about to happen with pickleball. I think it was a total failure what happened. I think they're both racket sports and they belong in the same area. I think y'all should look at adding 4 more tennis courts up the hill in the grass lot and possibly making the entire side to the east of the tennis shop pickleball. Supervisor Gray hit on it, Supervisor Wilson hit on it. It is the fastest growing sport in America. I don't think by the pool's the location for them. I think where they were is the location for them. And I hate that the vote went the way it did because it's the same way that happened to softball, the same thing's going to happen to pickleball. And the sad thing is that I've talked to a couple tennis players, I haven't talked to any pickleball players, and all the tennis players said there's always empty courts in Duncan Park. They're never fully occupied. I've done research, there's 6 to 8 required to have a tournament. And in the past, before the 2 new courts, all we had was 8, and we have 8 now. So to limit the pickleball players to 2 months worth of tennis season, I don't agree with it. And I'm sick and tired of this board getting blamed for not contributing. And I feel like this is a deflection on this board because this board's probably not going to be in favor of it. I'm not. We just came to the city not long ago and asked for help with sirens, didn't get help. Actually, I think a comment was made by you that said the city's not an ATM machine. So here we are, you're asking the county for money. And I'm not in favor of it, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, but they are 2 racket sports, but they're different sports. There are different rules, there are different dimensions to the courts. There are different equipment that's played on with each sport.
Are they playing?
And if you want to remove.
Are they playing right now on those courts?
That if you want to remove.
They are.
If you want to remove the disc golf baskets, remove ball golf holes to expand Duncan Park. If you put it on a slopey hill, that's adding to the cost. That's drainage problem. That's a drainage
People build
problem.
on slopes all the
That's a
time,
drainage
you
problem.
elevate.
We wanted to put 4 pickleball, we wanted to, when we built 2 new tennis courts, we wanted to put 4 courts there. We could not because of archives and history. There are a lot of logistics involving when you put anything by a landmark, that is the purview of the Department of Archives and History. So we could not put 4 additional tennis courts at that time. We will not be able to put any more courts at Duncan Park. So this was just an idea. The board asked us to do this. I understand your dilemma. No one is asking, no one is blaming the Board of Supervisors for not participating. This was just a thought to come to you. But
Let's just, we're gonna have some more discussion among this board, because I get, it just hit us all fast.
oh, yes, ma'am,
And, you know,
absolutely. It's
yeah,
just a
so it
thought to
hasn't
get the
been discussed,
conversation.
or we haven't even discussed it, so,
Correct.
Supervisor Wilson. would you like
I did talk to Lynette, I think last Friday, and she said there was a pretty good grant available, but it closed 2 months ago, so it's gonna be another 8 or 10 months before it opens. I don't know how much money she was talking about, but there are some different ways for funding, but a lot of them are a little far out.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you all for your comment.
Hey, let me say this. I'm for reparation, and I'm for what's best for Adams County. And I'm not gonna say what I'm not gonna do, because if the people think that it's needed, and that's just me. And if I see that it's needed, then I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam.
Thank you. We appreciate you for
Appreciate
coming.
you all, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we're gonna do, departmental reports. No, let me back up for a minute. Let me do monthly financial reports for the sheriff department, the chancery clerk, and the justice court. I need a motion for the financial reports.
So, second.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Now we're gonna go to departmental reports.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am here on behalf of Mr. Hughes out of the assessor's office. It is time to renew the contract for tri-state mapping for the 27, 28, 29, and 30 years. And the only difference between the contract now and last time is that it has gone from 100 and it has gone up $10,000. It has gone from 184,000 to 194,000.
Go ahead.
Is there another company that does that? Do we need to can we bid that out?
Sure we can.
Yeah.
You don't have to since it's a service. But you
I
can.
understand, but I mean, $194,000.
That's a lot of money. And what is that, a year or?
No, it's within a 4 or 5 year.
I think that's every 4 years. 4 year.
A 4-year span?
Per year or total?
Total is like a few $1,000 a month, maybe 3,000. Yeah.
Yeah. That's every 4 years, man, I believe.
And they went up $1,000 this year?
$10,000.
10?
When is it due?
It renews October 1st.
Do we have time to get, just to see
Over 4 years.
if there's something else out there?
Is there? Do you know?
I don't know if there's anything else out there, but I think you have time.
I
As long
don't,
as we get it.
yeah, I don't know what exactly it all includes or not includes. I know we didn't have tri-state for a while.
No, we didn't have it. I think they was doing it themselves.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know what they do.
The previous one, I can tell you, the previous one before Tri-State took over, we had a very large issue. We had property lines running down the middle of people's houses, and we had property lines that were way off for when they were being done before Tri-State. It was a very big issue. The Tri-State's been there, working very diligently to get straightened out.
Okay.
So it's been a very long process.
Madam President, since this, almost budget season, I just think we need to look at it, during that particular time, whether we gonna give them 10 more thousand or whatever the case may be. That's my opinion.
Is the contract already expired? Does it have to be renewed every time?
It expires September 30th.
Oh, we have time then. We don't just wanna renew it right now. We can discuss that during budget time.
Who's gonna search that?
Oh, we just wanna search it.
Probably should be the tax
That's what I
assessor.
was gonna say.
I mean, I don't know why he's not here to present this.
He said he was not feeling well, so.
Yeah, he is sick.
Because we asked him to show up, because he might be able to explain why we needed it or whatever.
Can you search around, see if there's somebody else that can do it and,
I will
get us some
absolutely get
bids?
Mr. Hughes, I will absolutely get Mr. Hughes and we'll look into that.
I've got one house that they've got in a flood zone that it would take, 15-inch rain to get to it. Half the house is in the flood zone, the other half isn't, and it's on a level lot. So, yeah, they still have some problems.
I will get Mr. Hughes and we'll look, thank you.
Thank you. Chief,
How y'all doing this morning?
all right, you gonna pay this morning?
I'm great. Board, I appreciate you all letting me go and get out the way because I gotta get out here and head down to the sheriff conference. I do want you all to know that while I'm down there, I will be meeting with 2 contractors that myself and Scott and Ms. Khan over there have been talking to, and Debbie Hudson as well. I'm meeting with one today and one the next day. But I have a couple of things because we're still transitioning and moving people into places where they need to be. So I'm moving people around in narcotics in different divisions. So I got with the county administrator and with Sharon Jefferson, and these are pay changes based on where they're heading. See what it's all within budget. So before I get to that though, let me go ahead and do the trash reports for the month of May, because we hadn't done that. We spent a lot of time in District 1 this time. We picked up 371 bags of trash in District 1. District 2, 9 bags. District 3, 44. District 4, 42. And District 5, 35 for a total of 501 bags of trash.
I think I'm the winner.
Yeah, you were. We spent a lot of time over there. We spent a lot of time.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time and I know we definitely, I rode through Broadmoor, through that backside back there, down there by that bridge, and I seen all that myself today. So I'll make sure they get out there and get ready to road through. I drove out there myself and saw it. So we'll address that. We'll address it. But on the pay, I do have it, and all the pay is gonna be the same for all these individuals done by the name. Okay. I'm gonna give you the yearly rate. Because I see the other one. Okay, it's on there. Well, the hourly rate is $22.71. And that's gonna be for Brianna Mayberry, Wes Stroud, it should be Aaron Wesley Jr., Robbie Moore, and Curtis Bradley. They're going to 3 different people. So.
And you say all these have got more responsibility, different positions?
Well, I'm filling those ones that left. So I'm plugging these back in. So you need these or do you already have? Okay.
I have.
All right.
You heard the request, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Thank you, Sheriff.
I appreciate
Anything
you.
else?
And I just want to bring up one other subject. I'm not asking for you all to do anything, but I do think I need to expect you all aware of it. I called Supervisor Middleton.
I'm gonna bring it up if you did. Thank you.
I was about to say, I called Supervisor Middleton again, and I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. We want the young people to have a decent place to spend some time when they're away from schools and things of that nature, but I do want the public to know that, those young people know they gotta do it in decent and order. Because right now, with what we're seeing the meetups and they fighting in the parks and snatching hairs out, and it's a lot that we dealt with over the weekend again, and it's all at nighttime. So I am gonna ask the board to consider putting more than one camera at these parks, because even when I went out to Broadmoor, out there, I was stopped by the residents out there saying they're tearing up parks with four-wheelers. And so you all work too hard as supervisors to have this done. So I'm trying to appeal to the public, to the parents, and to these young people and say, hey, get it in order before you lose it. Get it in order before you lose it. The parks are not for fighting. They're not for drag racing. They're not for four-wheeling and ATV, and that's not what they're for. And so I'm saying this because this is my only appeal that I'm going to make. From this day forward, and I hope you all are documenting this, it's gonna be straight action no matter who it is out there. If we catch you tearing up a property out there, damaging it with ATVs and fighting, we're gonna take you to jail, and we're gonna charge you with destroying public property, period. And we went through several of these this weekend alone. And again, I ain't trying to stop people from having fun, but we know they need it. But other people need it too who are not tearing up the parks. So if you're gonna be disruptive, go be disruptive on somebody's private property. Don't come to the county. That's all I have to say.
Sheriff, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
So, Ms. Al, can I ask you a question?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
What time y'all parks close? Do you know?
I think a 10.
10? Sheriff, let me say this.
I text, I'm
It ain't
not,
about the time though.
Let me say this.
I'm not,
Oh,
I heard the city parks are 8, I'm just asking. Cause when he asked that last meeting, I texted Richard Burke and asked him if he knew, and he thought 8, unless it was ball games or something. going on.
Exactly, well, that's why I say 10, because it depends on the activities.
She's recreation.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask her.
let me say this. I agree with you 100%, but the part I don't agree with is when they go out there and violate and nothing happens. It shouldn't be no warning. Because if you warn them, they're gonna come back and continue to do the same thing. It's just like throwing out trash. If you catch them on the tape throwing out trash, if we keep warning them, they gonna keep throwing it out. So if they violate county policies over there, then they need to be held responsible.
Well, that's why I'm asking for a few more eyes over there. And you know, the Bible even tell you warning come before destruction. So they've gotten their warning from me, and I promise you, when we catch them, not after the fact, or when we can see them, because right now, we have one camera out there covering the whole park. And I'm not trying to pick on the park, but it's the place to go because of that tree line back there and all the darkness. And so I'm asking for a little help so we can send Supervisor Grace, so we can go and deal with it, because what they figured out is that camera's it out there, and they're doing it out of line of sight. And that's why
Can
we
we
did
put some more light out there?
Yes, that's the other thing I was gonna ask for, but after I see the camera,
That's just gonna make them stay later.
we definitely need to light it up. There we go. But they can't hide in the shadows then. I'm just trying to prevent somebody from getting killed, because this last one, we had 11 girls jump on one girl out there. The last, and I ain't gonna say girls, I'm gonna say adults, because these were not kids, they young adults. So you 18, you gonna get treated like that.
And the sheriff texted me within 2 minutes of it happening, because I've got the screenshot or the picture of the camera to prove it. But you can ask Robbie Dollar, when in the storm we had the other day, a tree fell across that back road. And I told him, I don't care if they don't ever move it. Did I not?
I know you're still there.
I mean, they're going back there doing stuff they don't need to be doing, just leave a tree across the road for
And
them.
that's the high spot where everything's happening, it is right back there where, in that dark area,
All
that's
the
where it's
woman-
happening, Supervisor.
Alderwoman Hall, this is her area as well.
Oh, okay.
And she knows what that park means to that community. And there's a lot of people out there that take advantage of that park. It's a great park.
It's a great park, it
And,
really
you know,
is.
I'm about to the point where I'm ready to close Providence at 8 o'clock. I don't care what we do with the other parks. Because I'm not gonna let that park get torn up. I did call Vidalia and found out their new park is 8 to 8. And they have security on site from 8 to 8, and it's next door to the police station, you know. So it's just something we need to watch, something we need to keep our fingers on. This is summer, it's gonna get worse.
Because again, that park has been the that's the number one park we get calls at right now. And I'm talking about from law enforcement, I'm talking about from community, from everybody. I don't know what made that just a gathering spot other than the fact that tree line. So I do think what you said would help those supervisors, correct? If we put more lighting in that park, people like to move in the shadows. And so if we put more lighting out there, I think that would help, and it would definitely help us if we can get some eyes on the other side. Because again, I know they wanna have fun, but when you got 11 people on one, I mean, truth be told, from what I see, I'm surprised that person do that.
Let me ask another question. I know school out, kids probably ain't got that much to do,
Right?
but if you get to the point where it's getting that bad, at some point, we might have to put a curfew on these people's kids. Because at the end of the day, safety is everything. And if it's out of control, like I just heard, you know, it's a possibility we might have to put a curfew.
Our kids.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think we're to the point of curfew yet. I think if you give us a chance and do what y'all just did, we putting some measures in place that we gonna deal with it. Like all these drag races, that's the other thing we've been dealing with out there. You know, and it's been there, and believe it or not, it's low over the road and 61 South by the Dollar Store. I can't tell you how many people have been getting ready to go, but I've said it before, there's certain criteria we have to meet to deal with it. We can't just get a car off the trail and pull it because it looks like a race car. But if we catch you lined up, we catch you gathered up, we're gonna use the means of the law to deal with that. And thank God somebody called the other day down there in Sibley, because they hadn't taken them off the trailers. Everybody was just gathering up, getting ready to do it. And my guys got down there and broke it up before they had 10. But I promise you, Supervisor Gray, if we can legally arrest them and tow them, we gonna do it. Ain't no warnings on that. So I'm just making y'all aware of what's going on. So when you see these large groups, and see, that's what they were doing on Supervisor Middle Neck Park. That's why there was so many people gathered up. They were gathered up to watch the street races. The street races down there. So I'm putting it out there because y'all, I know y'all heard it.
Let me say this.
But you gotta have criteria, Supervisor. You just can't lock somebody up on an accusation.
I don't want you to do that.
Right.
I ain't for breaking the law, but let me say this. It's a way that all them individuals know to show up wherever they showing up at.
Right.
So we need to find a way to get that and intercept that, and when they say go here, we need to be sitting there waiting on.
That would be nice, but you know, everybody making encrypted apps these days. And then you have to have search warrants and probable calls and things to get it. So we're working what we're working to get that information. But what you just said is true. And that's how we were able to break up the 3 street races before they even happened the other day. Just like the folks who was on Liberty Road, Supervisor Hutchins. We got our intel and found out that they should drag racing 4-wheelers. Thank God y'all allowed me to hire a lot of people. Because guess what was able to happen before they even got them off the trailers? Intercepting them warned, if we even catch you on the side of the road out there. After we've gotten intel that you were out here by the races, take them if we tow them. Matter of fact, I told one myself the other day. Me. So, it's still in tow.
Supervisor Gaines.
Sheriff,
Yes.
I was just wondering, on our Bravo situation, did we ever get that camera up and running?
I will find out.
We was, I know we had some internet problems or whatever, and I just wanted to know, did we get it up and going? And if we hadn't got it up and going, if we need an extra camera out there, we need to just put it in motion and do it.
I will find out for you on that Supervisor Gaines, whether it actually got going, because I know it had to have separate power source, and then we had to get the Wi-Fi and all that going. And I agree with you though, because we didn't get a call on Broadmoor. I got somebody walked down in front of my car and stopped me. Matter of fact, 3 guys did. 3 guys who barbecue and do everything the right way in that park, saying, can you please help us? They have gotten out of control. So I wanted to say this at this meeting, not saying anything is any supervisor, but this is letting you know when we pull up out there, I don't care which park it is, if you being destructive, you tearing it up with ATV, you fighting, we're gonna shut whatever it is down. We taking cars, we towing, and we're gonna lock up anybody that gives us a reason to lock them up. And again, I'm not against people having fun, but it's a way to do things. You're supposed to do things in decent and in order. I can't tell you how many family members how many people have told me they got family reunions planned at these parks. It needs to be in good working order for them to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not everybody, because I see kids go out there and enjoy the parks all the time. I'm only speaking to the violators. I am not speaking to you, the kids who go out there and play ball and basketball and football and baseball and do it the right way. That's not who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the ones who lurk in the shadows. Those are the ones we're gonna be targeting. I don't want anything to happen to you, to a good law-abiding citizens. But if you're a violator, you're gonna see us this summer. You will see us this summer, I can promise you that.
I totally agree.
So can we put something in place at our park saying we don't want those kind of like 4-wheelers and all that at our
We do
park?
that.
I did that last
We
year.
did that last.
So in the process of one of your deputies just riding through,
We're gonna tow it.
and if they see it,
It's gone.
If we see a 4-wheeler in that park, I've already gave strict orders for them to tow it. The only thing I asked the board to do was to post something out there to make people aware. That's what I was asking for,
They do that, Rob?
to make people aware.
We got that, no ATVs and stuff like that.
Your name's on.
That's what I was asking for,
I already
Supervisor.
spoke with Janine, and
Kirk and Denise.
And all got this.
I will say this, that Deneen got pictures from Johnny, and there are signs out there that says no ATVs,
Really?
Yeah.
but they're flipped upside down.
Okay, that's what I'm about to say, where is it?
They flip them, where you
They
can
flip
see
them
them.
upside
That means they're
down. Okay.
Yeah.
As long as I know there's a sign out there where it's flipped up, it doesn't matter though. After what happened to other people, we've already seen, I've already told you, if you catch them out there, I don't care where it's at. If it's on grass, tow it. Tow it.
I'm not saying they're at every park, but at this particular park, they have flipped it.
And like,
All the
those,
signs.
and like with you supervisor games, these are long-term residents out there in your district that asked us to deal with it. And these are not the type, these are not the individuals that would normally come forward to do that.
I mean, you know, so in that area, that is that, we've been talking, you know, I've been talking to everybody in that area. You know, some of the old folks, some of the folks that's young and hanging out, but some of the ones who want to do right. So that what they're doing out there, they're trying to put together a neighborhood group, and that's what the young ones that's doing right and the older ones that's doing right. So you're gonna have more people coming forth, even with trying to put something together with help picking up the trash. You got some older folks out there now that step forward and want to get in, and you have some younger folks. And so everybody who's hanging out is not bad folks. And that's why they're coming forward.
And supervisor games, I totally agree with that supervisor rate. I don't want y'all to think I'm painting a picture that everybody in them parks are bad. I'm only speaking to the violators because I take my kid down to Providence Park that's black. He loves it. You understand? And I see other families out there allowing their kids to do the same thing, but we can't let these ones who are not there for the right reasons mess up a good thing. And you know, one can paint a whole barrel bag. And that's not what I'm doing. I'm speaking strictly to the violators. So I appreciate the board's support. Supervisor Gray, I do hope and pray that we can get a little more lighting out there. And if we can't get lighting, cut some of the limbs or something to shed more light on that situation.
Let me ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Because I was on the phone last time we had this conversation, and I specifically asked the question, did we have a problem out there? And that wasn't answered then. Now that we do have a problem out there, then we got to treat Providence different from what we treating when we don't have a problem. So if this board say, since we have a problem out there, if we want to close it at 8 o'clock, I don't have a problem with it.
I'm gonna say this. I would ask that, not to punish everybody right now, can we put good measures in place like we asking for? Can we put some more lighting out there? Can we put another camera on the other side before we do that? Because there are good people who don't want that. When they see that down there, they not coming in there because they be scared.
I think we should try just what you said, Sharon. Let's do some lighting and another camera first.
That's what I would ask
Then
first.
Just before we just
I don't want to shut
make
it
a decision
down.
to shut it down.
I'm willing to give them 2 more
Yeah.
weeks,
Yes,
because
sir.
like you said, like I said, there are people who enjoy that park, take advantage
Yeah.
of the park.
Yeah.
But the people that don't, they're there after 8 o'clock.
They there after, and they're the ones we've been dealing with, not the people who come and.
Parents aren't taking their kids to swing after 8 o'clock.
No.
You're not doing that.
No. Thank
Okay,
you, board.
anything else, you have, Sharon?
No, that's it.
That's all you have?
That's it.
Madam President,
Yeah, yes.
I was just gonna add, since you were talking about, the Providence Park, the city just closed Old Providence Road Bridge area for safety purposes. So we're waiting on the final, report from the engineers. But if y'all see the barriers there, it's closed for safety purposes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you all.
Okay.
And I'll check on that and I'll see you, miss. All right.
I just wanted to piggyback on what he was speaking, and I just want to get confirmation on if we're gonna stick with sunrise to 10 p.m. on the signs.
Right.
I'm already getting a quote on that, I want to make sure we don't have to go back and redo them.
Right, that's it.
That sunrise to 10 p.m.
Okay. Mrs. Stutzman, you wanna go ahead and have something? Sure. Okay.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
Spencer Stutzman, Adams County Antenna and Permit Processor. Have one request today, and that's from Verizon Wireless. They request a permit to place additional equipment on an existing SBA tower site located at 597 Old Highway 84 East. The project will include the placement of 3 antennas and 6 remote radio units, 2 hybrid cables and associated equipment, and the removal of 6 remote radio units and 1 cable. The placement of this additional equipment will improve Verizon service along Highway 8498 corridor east of Washington. Ordinance requirements have been met and fees have been paid. I request the board to approve this Verizon wireless application.
You heard the request. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have the motion carried. Thank you. Have anything else?
That's all I have today.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Samore, I'm gonna get you so you can go back to the pool.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
I have a request to hire Ms. Jacqueline Blackwell as the office manager. Annual rate at $5,460.
You heard the request. You have the money in the money there? Okay. You heard the request? Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton. Can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. You have anything else?
And the pool is set to open tomorrow from 1 to 6.
Okay, the pool is gonna open tomorrow from 1 to 6. Okay, can you tell us a little bit about swimming lesson also and the hours?
Yes, ma'am. So swim lessons will start June the 9th, from 8 to 12:30. So the first swim lesson for June is closed. We opened that registration up for, last week, Monday. The second session for, swim lessons will start July the 7th through the 17th. And that third session will be July the 19th through the 31st. And those different time frames will go from 8 o'clock to 12:30.
Okay.
And we don't do swim lessons on the weekends, and we're closed on Mondays for like
Okay. And the cost?
$5.
What's the
Cost for
age?
swimming lesson?
Starting age for a swim lesson is 2 years old.
That's your rules in there?
I can do it.
You're gonna, in order to register, you will stop by the Adams County Pool at 325 Liberty Road and pick up the application and fill it out then. When you not hold spots, you will have to pay once you come. Swim lessons are $60.
Okay, great.
$60.
And what's the time you stop by?
From 8 to 5.
8 to 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Monday to Friday.
Okay. All right. Thank you much. We appreciate everything.
No, the pool is not heated.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It will be in a month or two.
But please do come out and see. We have a lot of new things out there, a lot of new equipment that have came in, so please stop by.
Okay, thank you.
Right now, we are on hold with the seniors. I will get back with you to get that question answered.
Thank you.
And here is Ms. Jacqueline Blackwell. I'm sorry.
She had stepped out when you had what you call
Well, my name is Jacqueline Blackwell, and I'm the assistant, during this pool season. A lot of community faces seniors, so I just want to say hello and, have a good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate everything. Okay, next.
Good morning, board. Lachey Ryan, Adams County Sanitation Department. I just want to report that we billed out 5,851 bills this month. We have been doing tremendous on our collections. We have had a lot of complaints about our collections, but we are collecting money that has been due to us in the amounts of $1,200 up to $4,000. So that has been money that we've been needing to collect on, and we've just started. And we have payment arrangements set up. Some of y'all probably have been getting
complaints about the calls or whatever that we've been submitting out. But they are actually paying us. If they didn't bring the whole amount, they are set up, we have set up payment arrangements that we ask them to sign off on. To adhere to what they've signed off on. We did have a few discrepancies with trash truck, I think, not this past week, but the week before, I think, when it rained really bad, a couple of days in a row. We had some limbs down in the road, and some power lines down, and cable lines down. So they didn't go through the big trucks, but they did send satellites back out there later.
Okay, great, that's great. Anything else?
That's it, if y'all have any questions for me.
Thank you.
Also, I had some questions about the collections we had done back in 2023, where we were taking taxes. With that being said, once you initially send them who we was taking state taxes from, they keep that same list. We don't have to keep submitting it over and over every year. So as long as those people still owe Adams County money, if they decide to file their state taxes, then they do get snatched. Now, if we had discrepancy where we missed somebody, but it had been 2.5 years difference between the list going out and her actually coming in and paying us. But we did get that taken care of. Other than that, I just want to let y'all know how it worked. We didn't resubmit out a new list last year or this year, but the one that we submitted out in 2023, they still holding on those lists from 21, 22, and 23. And anybody's name that was on here, if they haven't paid us or we haven't collected on the debt, then if they file their state taxes, then yes, we did get it.
Okay, great. Thank you. You have a question, Supervisor Miller?
Last Wednesday, rode by the safe room, actually I was at Liberty checking on the bathrooms, and that dumpster was overflowing. Is that normal? Brad?
What we have is we have individuals coming and dumping everything at the yard.
What I figured.
How we solve that is kind of hard to do. Once it's there, you know, you can't lock it. I don't want to do that. But it's one of those things that having it there unattended like that, that's one of the risks that you take, having it. Now, I don't know. They're gonna do it anyway.
I wasn't throwing it at y'all, I'm just saying it was overflowing. And I know it's not all coming from the safe room. I figured it was residents.
Yeah.
But you know, when it starts coming over the sides and in the parking lot, we got a problem.
Now what we can do is we probably put a lock gate.
That's what I was wondering.
You could also put a sign saying directly to the convenience station.
That don't work out.
If they find that they go to the convenience station, don't.
They got trucks, payload stuff, ain't nobody watching. They not gonna read those signs, man.
They do it in our parking lot too, the same thing. I walk outside, see them walk over, I'll holler at them, flag, they drive off, whatever, but you tell them, I tell them at the office all the time.
I mean, that's why I had to remove the one from the park, the Grange Park, because the neighborhood was dumping in it, so I had to remove.
So, you know, we wanna put a gate, if we can do that, gate it off where the truck can come and get it, open it up.
I mean, let's just watch, I mean, I just, you know, it's like yours, if we moved it back in that corner, would it be better, you know?
Probably so.
I'm afraid
Cause
it's
it's like
locked
they're
up.
back over the same way.
It's gonna be on the side road.
Yeah, eventually, yes.
Well, we say going to the dumps and not on the road. That's one of the.
Still Major Miles starts teaching classes at school about dumping people littering. Somebody's got to start that program again.
And I would also ask Missy this, because usually every year they are supposed to pay us recreation funds. So I was wondering, have we been getting that every year from them? Of $1,000 every year. So that's something you need to check, make sure that we're getting that every year. Yeah. Okay. You have anything else?
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
I'm Manny Affairs with the 911 dispatch. I have two things. I want to give you the number of calls for the whole month of May. Adams SO had 573, Natchez PD had 1,062, and the fire department has 36. The other thing I have is just a reminder of the contract for rapid incident.
Gotta take care of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Morning, board.
Morning.
So we had 375 E911 requests, 244 transports out of those. City average is 8 minutes and 12 seconds, 90% reliability, and county is 13 minutes flat at 95%. 64 refusals, 4 no patients found, we had 10 canceled prior to arrival, and we had 30 sites, and that's double what we had last month. So, as y'all know, as it gets hotter, these are gonna go up, and as always, PD and SO are great with getting out there and getting these things secure and cooled down before we get those trucks in there without getting anybody assaulted, so I appreciate both those departments. 154 multiple calls at the same timeline. We had 16 flights from the field. Summertime's just not getting here. The flight volume tends to go up during the summertime some because you obviously have kids out of school and, you know, that leads to them doing stuff like riding four-wheelers and having accidents when they're having fun. So the flight load will probably go up from there. Things of note, we had 931 requests in total, that's 911 and 911 included. And we also had one of our employees get selected as the State Paramedic of the Year for 2025 at the EMS Gala. And I'm just gonna say, I don't take anything from her, she's just a really good medic, and that just, once again, it's her making our program look good to me. That's what it is. This was a selection from all companies in the state. This is not just a AMR nominated AMR event. This is the state EMS Gala, and it is every service in the state, and for her to be selected is huge. It is huge. So, Laura Graves.
And why is she with you?
She's working today. She's working today. What I would like to do though, I want to get her up with her award she received, and I would like to coordinate that if the board's willing to do it, and maybe get her in front of y'all so that y'all can actually put a name to the face.
Yeah, we would like to do that. I think everybody probably like to know that.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all have any questions for me?
Have any questions? Anybody have any questions?
I do. Did you get the defibrillator repaired in?
The defibrillator's gonna be good. I've got the pads ordered for it. They just still haven't come in yet. And once we get the pads in, I'll get it back to you.
Do you have something we can just have out there? The pool opens tomorrow.
Yes, we do have a spare one. Thank you. Just say if not, I can pull them. I can take one.
Okay.
But the pads, I can put my pads on there, but that type of defibrillator, the pad that goes with that is specific to an adult, and the pads that I would have are multi-use, so they're adult, juvenile, and infant, and I don't want to confuse people with it, that defibrillator's not for an infant.
Okay, then we need a new defibrillator.
So
Yes, we have babies up to 18-year-old women. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the pediatrics, you can go from age 5 and above, or roughly 120 pounds and above. So you can go age 5 and above, and if you're doing it weight-based from there, at 120 pounds, when you start above that, you're adult dosing it. And that defibrillator automatically senses that. It's gonna sense the heart rate and the rhythm, or it's gonna sense the lack of. And if you hook it up to somebody that's too small, that it's just not gonna work. It won't work with them. But when I say infants, I'm talking about, they're doing the 2-year-olds out there. They're saying they do the swimming for the 2-year-olds now. It probably will not work for a 2-year-old.
Can you help me, Mr. Bradford?
So we'll work out a solution.
Okay.
We'll work out a solution.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
The airport.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good news, really good news. First of all, Tim's here. I want to thank AMR. He's been awesome to work with. New requirement is you have to have somebody with specific medical abilities on site. They're going to pick that up while he's setting up state certification for us. So just a big shout out to AMR. I really appreciate that. Appreciate it. The other good news, our class 1 was approved. I had it rewritten. I got the verbal. I do not have it in writing. But 30 days from now, the big bird lands and we are good to go. So everything within my power is done. So we'll keep going. Turbulent construction. Ms. Hutchins, how was it?
It was great. I enjoyed it.
And who hasn't been yet? Were we gonna talk about that?
Well, we were gonna talk about that. I called him soon I left and I told him he got to get out to the airport.
Okay.
I ain't gonna call him tonight, but I'm just, I called him.
Sounds like I need to go back out there. I was out there about 3 weeks ago. I'm sure a lot's changed.
Yeah, it has.
It has air now and floors.
I rode out last week, weren't there, I was gonna call you this
Yeah, if y'all wanna come out this week, afternoons will work. I just left 3 semi-trailer loads of SkyWest equipment out there. Tugs,
That's great.
generators, everything going
Nice.
on. But it's going well. I think we're doing really good, so nothing to worry about that we can handle. One thing I need to bring up, Scott, we talked about the commercial passenger, registration with the airport. What I found is everybody that owns a vehicle, that owns a taxi service is throwing cars out there. So we want to kind of rein that in, and we come up with a contract, and Scott's reviewed it, so I need to get your approval. So, but we're gonna have Turo, Lyft, and individuals, they're gonna sign up. The individuals will be $100 a year. They're gonna have to show their LLC, their insurance, their registration with the city. Because I don't want Wes showing up out in his car saying, hey, I'm a taxi. They get in an accident, and they said, well, you advertised it at the airport, so you're responsible. So we're gonna have it, we're gonna have a permit to do this, so we wanna get the board's approval to go ahead and start, taking applications and issuing permits.
Need a motion?
Yeah.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson,
Second.
second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion?
Is that pending approval, or it's already approved? Okay.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it, motion carried. Have anything else?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Gotta tell y'all, there's a lot of conversation. ACL, Charlie that owns American Cruise Line, is asking me about SkyWest. SkyWest is asking me about cruise lines, so eyes are open on our town. Our tourism is gonna increase along with our, our infrastructure with our, it's really going well. July 1, 30 days from now, there'll be a big celebration. I would ask that you kind of get the word out. If you're coming to observe as a citizen, you're not a VIP, you don't have a plane ticket, carpool. Because we're gonna have the sheriff's department working with the sheriff and AMR to control out there, so people that are flying out will actually have a place to park. So, and for the VIPs, for the board, for the alderman, the advisory board, and a few others, we're looking at doing an early preview ahead of time. So the day of, we're not trying to get passengers through TSA, everybody else behind TSA, because I have to have one employee for 4 people. And I don't need it, my staffing, of course, will be Ms. Gregory out there to take pictures, and if the mayor coming off the plane, the mayor's coming off the first flight, I'm going out on the first flight. So it's a big celebration. One thing else, if you know anybody that needs a job, I need employees. I'm having a hard time keeping people out there. People just don't show up. We're actually doing weekend premium pay now, an extra 10%. We'll look at other things as it increases. So if you know anybody, tell them to come out there and talk to me.
Any qualifications?
You're a hard worker, you don't need a cell phone to do it.
If you don't have your cell phone attached to your ear?
Yeah, if you have a cell phone attached to their ear, don't.
Yeah, I got it.
What's
I have the
the,
same problem.
Position?
no, yeah, well, it's all positions, right?
It's a line tech. Basically, you're refueling aircraft, you're cutting grass, you're changing oil, you're gonna be fueling SkyWest, you're gonna be marshaling airplanes, everything,
Is this full-time or part-time?
full time.
Full time. What's the
And
rate you pay?
Starts off probation 13 an hour,
Okay.
after probation goes to 15. On
Okay.
weekends, you get an extra 10%. If you pick up your ARC certification, you get an extra $1. And as we get into it, I'm gonna look at hiring, keeping my specialized people working with the airlines and the aircraft. And I'll probably just hire lawn crew to you just learn how to talk on the radio to get out there and cut lawns. And I think that'll save the county a lot of money, so I'm not paying Larry Matthews a lot of money to cut grass. Any questions for me about the airport?
Only thing, no part-time.
We may consider that down the road. In the summertime, it wouldn't be a bad idea, especially if we're doing lawn service, get some high schoolers out there that can stay off their cell phones because they're in an active runway, just cut grass for 4 hours a day. So we've got 672 acres to take care of. It's a
You ever
lot.
thought about contracting it out?
It's money. if we wanna talk about the budget. Kinda like we talked about with the cleaning,
Yeah.
cheapest cleaning I've got right now is $4,200 a month for the terminal. So I'm working with Mitzi on something else, so we'll get back to you on that. Any other questions?
So are you looking for people to just clean also?
Not, well, we were thinking of getting a cleaning service, but we may have to count it as a county building and add that as one of the buildings to do. I think that's the most efficient way to do it.
For right now.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
So, go ahead, since we're talking about the terminal. We heard back from MDA and we had asked for $1.5 million and we ended up with $787,000.
Still good.
So we're short about $1.5 million for the budget. So we're still looking for other avenues, but probably at the next meeting, I'm probably gonna ask that we go ahead and look at the bond side and put some bonds in place for at least $1 million of it to cover the shortfall that we were hoping for MDA.
That's still not bad.
No.
That's good. Mitzi has done an awesome job working with our consultants to get all those grants. 'Cause, I mean, what the county's looking at going is probably what the original bill was, considering where we are now. Guess what?
Right.
All right, appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for your hard work out there.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, board. I'm not gonna try to keep y'all too long, the IT department. So, I spoke with this company, last week. They're called Spyglass, so they're an audit company based out of Ohio. So what they presented to me is essentially, they go through any technology type deal and they find discrepancies or fees that shouldn't be there. It's no cost to us for them to do the audit. I just wanted permission to move forward. So how this normally works, if they find $2,000 worth of, let's say they go through C-Spire, our business account or our wireless account, if there's $2,000 worth of funds that should not be there, essentially we split 50-50. We keep 1,000, they keep 1,000, but there's no charge for them to do the audit. And I just want permission to move forward for them to look through those deals.
Where'd the attorney go? Mitzi, do you know anything about this?
I think I talked to the person. Maybe we get 50% of whatever they might find other than that.
I guess my question was more about them being in our system.
Oh, they're not, I missed that part. They'll be in our system or?
Like as far as like how we do certain vendors, where we add them to be AS100 or W9, is that what you mean?
Will they have access to our computer?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so.
So essentially, I would send them deals like from C-Spire that we've had over the last 2 months. They will receive that and they will contact the C-Spire or any other company that we pay annually to or monthly, and they will work with them to go through any type of funds that shouldn't be there. And a lot of times it's not on purpose. You know, some people think that these companies like put extra funds to make extra money. Sometimes it's things that's by accident. So typically they'll work with them to go through anything that shouldn't be there, and they find, again, $2,000 worth of things that shouldn't be there. We will just split it 50-50. That's normally how it goes. And we don't have to do it, but we can at least, you know, let them audit it at no cost.
Scott, is there any problem with that?
You're gonna present the contract pending legal review, is that?
So I don't have a contract, only because they're not charging us to do the audit.
They're doing the audit.
But if you all wanna check the integrity of the company, I can see what other
If they find
information
If they find anything, which to his point, I mean, you've been through 3 or 4 administrators and a couple of IT people. So I know I haven't had time to go look to see and make sure there's nothing on there that we don't have anymore. And that's what they'd be looking for. It's things that just are still being billed that, you know, we don't use anymore. It just got hung up in the billing cycle. At no fault to anyone, it just.
So
We need them.
sound like it's a good idea?
Keep
That's
pending
what you're
legal
saying?
review, I'll look and see.
I would say pending legal review,
Yeah.
and also maybe get background check on their integrity.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Just want to, check the integrity of this company.
I'll make a motion
What do you
pending,
need from me?
I'll make a motion pending, your background check and legal review.
You heard the motion?
Second.
Got a second? Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
All right, thank you.
Right.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
Brad Adams, County Deputy Director, Adams County Fire Department. Just a couple updates on it. FEMA was here last week doing their disaster survivability piece for many residents. We have a lot of people sign up for it, so hopefully people can get some assistance and help them back on that. With that being said, we're in the process of now working with the other 4 counties trying to get a regional long-term recovery committee. Those committee was overseen, like if we don't get a disaster, I know we talked about it before, if they don't get a declaration, that's grant money that we can use to help individuals with just the material and put stuff back in their homes. So I've been talking to Wilson, Amet, and Franklin, Jefferson County, trying to put a big one together where if anything happens, that committee can come in, manage the funds and help the residents in each county on that. So once we get all the legwork done on that, we'll bring it back to the board. Every county board of supervisors have to sign off on it because it's a regional one. And I think that will be more beneficial. Because a lot of times, storm follows a person's house and we don't get a declaration, they know we can do it. They don't have insurance and stuff like that. So, but this committee will come in, assist with, not with labor, just buying parts, and they have to get volunteers to put it on, rebuild it. So I think that will help a lot of individuals on that. So once we get all that labor, I'll bring it back to the board and y'all can vote on it and see how we want to do that. Also, updates on the salaries. All these salaries in the county are now operational. We do have one in the city that's giving us problems because they're the older ones. I'm probably gonna go back to this board. Trying to get a grant to update those because they're the oldest ones and they're on their last leg. We can't get parts for them, so right now we just, by the grace of God, we're skating by with the new software that we put on. We did run into some problems, but we were able to figure something out. We got one, the older one, that station one at the fire department. I got some more parts coming in on that, but that's the only one that's not working. To set off through my phone, we can set it off manually, so the fire department, they know how to go down there and set it off manually because they can be there. So it's not a problem with that, but everything is operational, up and running on it. We did, I talked to the guys that's installing, we put up some antennas out in Kingston area, that it's hard to get cell signal out there. So we'll give it to you, Supervisor Wilson. We probably talk to AT&T, see if we can get some boosters or something out there. I'm pretty sure the residents will want to have it too on that because that's a safety thing because now like, most of them can't get the hyper-reach if they don't have the cell service. So that's, I think, your area, and thanks Supervisor Gaines, I told your area too, you got some areas out there like bad cell phone coverage.
Yes.
So we'll try to work with them and try to get at least some repeaters out there trying to get the cell service. But right now, like I said, every Saturday county is operational, except for the one in the city, but they can do manage, so we'll do it. I get with y'all on that. Other than that, we'll introduce my summer worker, Miss Gibbons. She's looking quite bright this morning. So we want to welcome her aboard to the emergency management family. I told her, I said, working with emergency management, today's hurricane season, so she can work some long hours on this. But she want to say hey to the board.
Hey.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Kirsten Gibbons. I'm 20 years old, and I'm a college student at Southern University and majoring in nursing. I recently got into nursing school.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
But
You did that. That's all I have. More any questions?
All right, thank you. Everybody have any questions? Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it.
All right, good morning, board.
Good morning.
Just had one thing, I received, they don't want to spread across the minute. I received a letter from NRCS closing out EWP project C079. So I guess I just want to spread this closeout letter across the minutes for you all to record.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion?
And which one is that?
That's C079, that's the Kingston Road and Equipment Road project we completed already.
Okay, thank you.
Pretty much just review all our invoices and everything we submitted and say the project's closed out. This is the first time I'm receiving one, so I just want to make sure.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Just a couple of updates. They did begin construction on Morgantown Road last week. They stopped because of rain on Friday. It didn't work. They also had issues with their pipe. They had tried to deliver a pipe that was less than what we had specified in the plans. So we made sure we got that issue resolved. So it delayed them another week to get the right pipe to be delivered to the site. Once it gets delivered, they will start the installation of the cross drain under the driveways. We're just replacing the existing one that were in place. I think most of them are metal or corrugated metal pipe. We're replacing them with concrete pipes. They also began grading the ditches in between those driveways as well. EWP project, they're still moving forward with construction of Kingston and 13 Johnson Circle, so that progress is moving. I did receive a pay request for them on Thursday. I did not get a chance to review it as I was on vacation. And so I will review it this week and make any adjustments to send it back to the contractor. So they can send us the final one and I can have it back to the board by the next board meeting.
Okay.
All right. The contractor is gonna start on Jerusalem Church and Care Road, site number 2, once they complete 13 Johnson Circle. So that'll be a couple weeks out on starting that project, those two projects as well. And with that being said, we're also near completion with that Care Road, site number 1. So I'm requesting authorization to allow us to advertise that project once NRCS approves it. We go ahead and advertise that project, so I may have to come back to the board to ask for authorization again.
Okay, that's on Cary Road.
Yes, Care
You
Road.
heard the
site number
request. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
The last thing I have is we're also near completion of design of Passman Road and 8 Johnson Circle. I'm meeting with NRCS today on Passman Road because I just want to clarify our design approach. And there is a utility in the way to we're going to have to make sure we make that adjustment. So we'll make that adjustment prior to advertising that project, which is why I'm not asking for authorization. I want to make sure that utility is out of the way. There's a plan to have that utility out of the way before we advertise that project.
Okay, you heard the request.
And that's not good.
We'll need a motion. You just get that.
That is an update.
Okay, an update on that one.
All right. One thing I have is I did send the list of bridges out prior to last meeting for those state aid bridge program projects. So if you get a chance to review them, pick out a bridge, we'll go ahead and get that project program and get it designed as well to use up your state aid bridge state aid bridge funds, as well as your state aid projects as well, your SFG funds. So whenever there's a project designated, if you guys decide what you want to do, just let us know. We'll get a program, get it designed.
Yeah, I think I went over mine, so I think with Robbie. Robbie, you got what I was wanting to do, right?
Yes, and with that being said, me and him gonna meet Wednesday, and we're gonna ride to state aid. Cause some roads, you don't know where to start, stops, and things like that, so we're gonna do that Wednesday. Me and Mr. Ford, once we get it road and start looking at these roads, come back for the board and you know, let y'all know what's second and what we're gonna do. And I know Mr. Gaines, it's been a few weeks talking about it. He called me, and I think he's called Mr. Ford a couple of times about it, so it's something we need to go ahead and get done before we get into the last year of y'all's election, so get started on it.
So that, there's still a request out there.
Yeah, I just, no, what I did, there was a hold up on ours is we had some of the roads that was state aid and some of them was partial state aid and some of them full of state aid. So what the question that I had was, So how much of our road is state aid, how much of our road is gonna be county? So if we had some other funds, instead of doing just a portion of a road, possibly being able to do the whole road. You know, if it's just, if we got a 2 mile road and 3/4 of a mile is state aid, the other quarter is not, then how much can we come up with the money to do the whole road instead of just that part of it? We just had a few roads like that and just a few portions like that, and then we looked at some roads, the scrubs here and chips here. So scrubs here is ones that possibly has the cracks and stuff like that you sweep it in. Chips here, some of the ones that already have level surfaces, but we've been looking into it, so whatever we need to do it with the next 2 weeks, because from March to September, it needs to be done, so we definitely need to go. So we have been looking at, and on Wednesday, by the time he come down here, they can put eyes on the road, then we can have a, engineer recommendation along with what me and Robert has put together from going visit the other counties and what, you know, what we looked at, and so we have his input that's just basically there. And I mean, every supervisor roles are included.
Right, and that goes back to what you were just saying about, you know, some of it was state aid, and then you was looking at, see if some of it was county road, that would see if we had some funding to deal with that too. That goes back to our road bond money that we have set aside, that $500,000. And I think I got with Missy and I talked with Scott in regards to the funding. Then Missy said some of it was used for something else. And I know we didn't make a motion to use any of that funding for anything else. So I was telling her that we have to make sure that we get that funding straight, that we still have $500,000 for that road bond money. Whereas we can all determine what we want to use for this road bond money, funding. Yeah. So I think they're gonna get all that straightened and get it back to where it needs to be. Right, Missy? All right.
I don't really have a question, I just got a concern. And it's kind of dealing with, like on Johnson Circle, you know, the house is at the end, and we got a hill, and we gotta drive all the way down to the end, and the water is coming off the county road, going all the way down to the end, jumping up, going, eroding these people's property. And for some reason, people think that we don't need to help these people. So, you know, I was thinking, I say, before these people bought this house, the bank loaned them money to get this house, knowing that they in a flood zone, but then when the property flood, people don't want to give them no help. So in that area, what can we do to stop that water from continue, after we fix it, what can we do to stop that water from continue jumping over and running behind these people's houses and doing the same thing? I know you're gonna put something back there to catch the water and do whatever, but is it anything we can do, Rob, to put down at the end of these roads where the street is here and the house down there and all that water rushing down there and rushing behind these people's houses?
Storm drains, then if it's jumping the curves and getting in the yard, I mean, we need to look at the storm drains, that's first, you know what I'm saying. So I'll take a look at your storm drains, make sure nothing's collapsed and everything's open and they're functioning like they should, you know. So I'll do that.
Could you do that?
Yes, I will.
Because at the end of the day, when the county accept roads, then it belongs to us. So if the water is jumping off our roads and eroding somebody's property, we do have some responsibility in trying to help these people. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I do have one more question. Unless I've overlooked it, it looks like we still have a reimbursement outstanding on C045 for around $920,000. I emailed them, I just pulled up my email, I emailed them in April, and they said it was processing it, and I don't see where we received it yet, so if you could help me out with that.
I can reach out to
Okay.
the JNC. If I can ask the question just the same way you can ask the question.
Yes, okay, thank you.
And Madam President, before you leave, I just want to mention this, and I don't know, is it gonna have any kind of effect, or can we get any money? But the last conference we went to, they introduced, a grant finder, grant guru. They officially launched it, and it's supposed to be officially live right now. And it's designed to help counties more easily discover funding opportunities with projects and priorities. And they're dealing with public safety, housing, workforce development, technology, disaster recovery, and the amount would trip me out. And the amount, but they, oh, here we go. They say that they have access to over 170,000 funding programs with $4.5 trillion available for funding opportunities across federal, state, local, and corporate sources. So that was very interesting to me, and I think the way you do it, you gotta get back in touch with them to figure out how to get this funding. I just wanted to bring it to your attention, and I wanted to say it in front of the sheriff, since it said public safety. Maybe we can dip into some of them funds to probably help build us a jail and housing. Oh man, we got some rough housing on my side of town I haven't seen in my life. My main concern is, can we use any of this funding to tear down abandoned houses? Because we got a lot of abandoned houses in District 4.
I think it was to take, probably demolish houses and also rebuild,
It's some work looking into.
some repairs, yeah. That was very interesting when they brought that up, and it was for all kind of, like you said, workforce, public safety, housing and everything. That was really good. So that's something to tap into. Any other questions? Supervisor Miller?
Park Road. So we were waiting on the signed agreement back from our application.
All right. Do you have any update on York Road?
Once we get the right of ways, same thing. Both of the projects.
Scott, what right of ways are we waiting on York Road?
Just the US.
They own all the right of way in there.
I shared an update.
Well, not on one side.
They didn't, but the one we did was just the US.
Yeah. And so, it relates to Bert, like I talked to Scott.
Because I know he emailed the last person that was so responsive. I'm like, why you got them? Let's go.
I'll check in.
It'd be great to bid those at the same time.
Well, I want to make sure that we go in, I know we got both of them, but Bert one seemed to be the closest. I know that the state district engineer is retiring at the end of the month. And I want to at least get that project, go ahead and everything I waste, I want to start over and invite you that project, so.
Just want to stay on it. Thank you.
Here's 6 or 7.
At least 5. So that means 4 on York.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
First thing I have is a possible EWP on Country Club in Broadmoor. The picture should be up there. I'll give it to Supervisor Gaines. Just to get that EWP. Not EWP, I'm sorry. Illegal dump site, so.
So this is Broadmoor?
Yeah, it is in Broadmoor. So I just need to get that approval, we can do it, please.
Heard the
So
request.
moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson,
Second.
second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries.
Got a question, amendment, next time we need to do it, or you want to do it?
You can do it or I have it. You can do it and I have it written more, but I can give it to him.
You wanna give it to us?
I'll give it to him and I'll do it tomorrow.
Alright. Robin's Lake, you know, we got the pipes in and then go back and redo the pipes, we got those in now, it's time to overlay and county responsibility to overlay the road. I was gonna get prices on, getting two quotes on, two prices on the asphalt and rock to make it forward, because we'll have to come up with the money somewhere to overlay that section. So, by next board meeting, I should have the two quotes.
Excuse me, did the insurance company come through on the,
They paid
and that took care of the pipes?
Paid 150, there's still 25 outstanding that we're collecting, probably
Waiting on to see if we did it or not, or?
we're going to send us a check.
Okay, we used all that money up.
The 150 was used for the project.
Had to pay
Go ahead and
back,
pay
yeah,
for the construction.
contract back.
Okay, you using that new asphalt guy from Brookhaven
I'm getting
sometime?
I'm getting a bid from him and bid from Mike.
Yeah, he did a really good job on the stuff he did for me. I'm glad somebody around here is doing a smaller job.
Yes,
He's doing something for the city.
he is. But yeah, Kevin, I'm getting the price for him and they back, so, then, President Hudson, you should have a request for paying for the tire grant for $1,548.
Give us all that. For time grant,
Yes, ma'am. $1,548.
I got it.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton,
Second.
second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Ayes have the motion carried.
And, before you miss it, you should have, vacation for me, June the 29th, June the 30th, July the 1st, and 2nd.
I do. Can I get a motion?
So move on.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have the motion carried.
That's all I have, got something for, the attorney.
Got a question, Raleigh, EWPs, the last EWPs that we submitted,
Yes, ma'am.
did they get approved or
I
anything?
hadn't heard anything back from, Mike Green on the local level yet.
Okay.
I do know he did send an email, this morning, and I know Meg was talking to him about one of them, go back to get some updated pictures.
Okay,
So I think he's just still looking at them.
okay, great. Thank you.
Robert,
Yes,
I got, I know what the job we looked at on Thursday on,
Philip,
no, not Phil West.
okay.
The one we looked at, Burkhart.
Burkhart.
On Burkhart, are they doing that one today?
Yes, they're supposed to have the work order out here.
And then, and what about, did you ever get the work order for the driveway at 27 Green Acres? You know, we was riding. I got the pictures of 27 Green Acres. Well, turn around.
They should have them out, you know what I'm saying, I give the work orders if we get them, but I will check on that one. But I do know, me and Steve did talk about the one,
Yeah, okay.
Thursday.
And, so yesterday, I know we was talking about the grass at the end of Crown Court, but yesterday, ran into a guy. He said he was riding a bicycle on Crown Court, and he said there's a hole in the road. And I tried to tell him, imagine it's water, and he was supposed to give me a call. He said he was gonna give me a call to let us know exactly where it is. And he said it seems to be a pretty deep, it's just a round hole. I would imagine it'd be the water, but I don't know exactly where it was.
Some of those, you know, the sewer run right in the middle of those roads over there. You know,
Crown Court, yeah.
And that could be it, but I got to go down Hollywood Road, Crown Court.
But I had to find, he said it's a small hole.
Okay.
And he had a excavator cut off that was working yesterday. And I was there working on it, getting it. Once I got his excavator working, then they started talking about accountability in the roads. And I said, well, I'm part of it. We'll get it straight. So we just need to check. He didn't give me a definite thing, but he said it was a small hole in the road and it looked like it was pretty deep, so I don't know how that goes. You know, the grass at the end of that, you know, we left out of there, that grass at the end of Crown Court. And that's it. And I'll go back, but we'll check it. You know, on Atkins Lane, we don't know how it rained. He didn't put any gravel down. And I don't, you know, those folks in that ditch out there. So I just wanted to check it, you know, to make sure if it didn't wash it out. Cause it wasn't nothing but a bunch of sand. I know they didn't put any gravel down simply because it was gonna rain. It was gonna be a mud puddle.
Looks like it will be a break in. I thought we was gonna have a lot of rain this week.
Yeah, looks like it'll be a break.
So, maybe we can get something.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Madam President.
Go ahead.
Robbie,
Yeah.
a week or two ago, we talked about Buckhurst Plantation. They went out and clipped it, but they called me late Thursday evening. See, there's 2 trees that seem to be, like they're about to slide off on Buckhurst. You gotta check those, please. He seemed to be concerned they weren't gonna make it through the weekend, you know, and I said, well, we'll just call out there, that's all we do, but obviously they made it, because he didn't call.
They just leaning off the
So
bank.
they're sliding. So, yeah, I guess.
Anything else, Robbie?
Yeah.
Anything else? Board have any other questions for Robbie? Okay. Moving forward. Denise, you have anything? You have anything? She just did. Any public comments? Any public comments? Any public comments?
Denise, did you
You
have
have
something?
something?
I just wanted to, the name Price Purchase, but we were just talking about the DHS, flooring bidding. Robbie has some samples of the, tile carpet that he's gonna show you guys, cause we're gonna put on the bid that, it can be determined by the board, which, color and style window.
We got commercial grade.
We have it.
20 ounce part, 17 and greater ounce part, is what the specs are going to be, so it will be determined by the board of what color and, I won't pick once it's bid out, but I do have some samples.
Okay. Alright.
Any more questions?
Does that matter of pricing at all?
The color doesn't matter with the price.
That's what I
would pick the
I asked
darkest
that
color.
question, and color didn't matter.
I would go with the darkest color.
Like a bronze.
So you won't see a.
Yeah, not a, not
Not
Can't be it.
Not a black,
Something
but a brown, brown.
dark
Yeah.
neutral.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
You all was saying something when he was talking to me. Did you have a question for me?
I would ask, did you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
anything else? Did you have anything?
No, we was just discussing that.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yes, fine. Coming to the table, Supervisor Gray.
Yes, ma'am. Let me say this. We got a lot of people coming for this board. And this is my first time ever seeing somebody get disrespected like you got disrespected this hard. And I want to apologize to you for this board, because whatever go on in city government, when the mayor come over here, he don't get treated like they just treated you. So that's a disgrace for somebody to treat you like you just got treated, because they don't treat the mayor like that. I want to say that I want to congratulate the high school graduates from our schools, and especially Christian Harris, the young man with the 4.5 GPA and scored a 33 on the ACT test and supposed to be going to Harvard. He also was a linebacker on the football team. Angeletta King, last year, 2025 graduate from Natural Early College, was accepted into Harvard on a full ride. To me, this is a testament of what happens when a community invests in their young people. And I was always told, you judge your community how you treat your young people and your senior citizens. Let me say this. And I've been around a long time. And like, it just seems like people get in their feelings and their emotions a whole lot. Now, I don't know why, but county government, you have MAS, Mississippi Association of Supervisors, you have Mississippi Association of Minority Caucus, you have the National Association of Counties, you have the National Organization of Black Counties. In federal government, you have the legislative in the House and the Senate, but you also have the CBC, Congressional Black Caucus. In city government, you have the Mississippi Municipal League. And you also have MBC-LEO, Mississippi Black Caucus of Elected Officials. So if you notice, every form of government have a form of black elected officials getting together as a caucus. And a lot of people think that there's no need to get together. Well, I beg to differ, because what just happened with the Voters' Right Act, Section 2, and the way that they are trying to dilute the black vote, where black elected officials can't get elected, they trying to move us back past slavery. And I just wanted to talk to the clear thinking people. Wait a minute, before I say that, I'm gonna say this. Even before the voting right, even before what the Supreme Court did with the Voters' Right Act, I was already going through it right here in Adams County. Because it seems like every time I look around, I'm getting a call from the Attorney General's office or from the state auditor's office that people think that Ricky Gray doing something wrong. But I got some news for him. Ricky Gray ain't gonna never do nothing wrong. Because I'm gonna always ask my attorney over there, and I read and make sure I know the law. The former late Butch Brown would attest to that. He said one thing he gonna do, he don't know the law. So I just want to say this. I don't know when it's gonna end, but it needs to end. And they worrying about whether I'm spending too much money. I'm going by the rules. I ain't filing no lawsuit against the public school district. Not Ricky Gray. If they worry about taxpayers' money, they need to be asking how much that the individual got out of the taxpayers' money to go in his pocket. That's what they need to be worrying about. Every time I look up, our Blue Cross insurance is going up. It ain't going up because of Ricky Gray. And the law straight says, since people act like they don't know what the law is, Section 25-4105 Mississippi Code of 1972 said a public servant cannot use his personal position for public gain. Rick Gray never did that, it ain't gonna do. And you can't do it for your family members. But what I do, try to be nice and come to the table, and when people violating the law, I say, hey, you can't do that. You can't be here while you're discussing that. And then they attack me. That's fine, because I'm covered. And I know the last meeting I was out of town on business. And I heard in the background, somebody wanna know, oh, I hear people in the background, where is he and all this? Rick Gray ain't leaking no information out to nobody. Ain't never did it in my life. So you need to look in the mirror if you think I'm leaking information out, because I ain't leaking no information out. I want to thank Holy Family. I want to thank the Natchez Public School District. I want to thank Cathedral Catholic School. And I want to thank Winston Churchill. Also, Johns Hopkins University and University of Virginia. The reason I'm thanking all these people because they played an important role in getting my daughter to where she is today. And I can't even call her by her name. I got to call her Dr. Kennedy Gray. So she is now Dr. Kennedy Gray. That's the reason I thank everybody that I think because they played a very important role of getting her to where she is today. Boy, when people
Congratulations. Congratulations.
When people in a community work together, the sky's the limit. We don't disagree. We come from different areas. What affect my area might not affect your area, but at the end of the day, it's still Natchez and Adams County, and we supposed to do what's best for the citizens. And in my tenure as a public servant, I always did what was best for the citizens. My sympathy goes out to the Woods family, the Hargraves family, the Brown family. Former supervisor, Boo Campbell lost his brother, to the Campbell family, to the Thompson family. And one of my good friends used to work with the city, Leroy Butler Jr. passed, to the Hunter family, to the Tucker family, to the Kelly family. This list getting longer and longer. To the Allen family, to the Moore family, to the Davis family. And one of my good friends used to work on the casino, to the Clark family. And my last statement gonna be this. When the truth comes, falsehood vanish. I'm gonna keep bringing you the truth. And that concludes my report.
Supervisor Wilson.
Scott, the hearing on the garbage contract, is it still pending or y'all got an actual date set? I know you're gonna try to move it up.
I'm trying to move it up, but it was set in mid-August.
Okay. Mitzi, the IP in Bellwood, we discussed this a little bit. I was just curious, those are in separate accounts?
Yes.
Okay, and you said we had to use those
We use them to pay any notes that we have, and then,
for Bellwood or?
and then if we have projects going on and we have match, we use it for that as well. But I'll have a report for you next time.
Okay, and I don't know when we'll have the report on the ad valorem taxes to date versus this time last year, how we're coming on the tax.
I plan on start working on that this week and next week. I'm starting the budget, so I'll have to start reviewing.
Okay. I want to congratulate you and the airport director and everybody involved on this board for doing what they did for Adams County and you as well, Ms. Hall, your board and the mayor for helping with the airport. It's you know, that's a big thing for this area. It's just like, I didn't realize how many people were gonna be excited about it. You got all these people that either are going to get cancer treatments in Houston or have business all over the world, and to be able to drive 15 minutes to our airport and park and fly off here in another month or so, that's going to be really neat. It's going to save a lot of time. And I don't know how many of y'all have driven to Houston lately, but I know you have. It is a nightmare drive, a dangerous drive, and for the price of that ticket and being able to fly back and jump in your car and be home in 15 minutes, pretty neat. I just appreciate everybody, and I'm glad everybody pulled together and done this. It's going to be huge for our area. I want to congratulate all the graduates from high school and college, and I hope they all have a safe summer. I always worry about that, all the parties, and everybody, like, they feel like they're getting their freedom, but the world can be a really hard place at times, so I wish them all safety. That concludes my report.
Supervisor Grant, I left one thing out, could I?
Yes, sir.
Before I forget it.
Go ahead.
Ms. Brandon.
Yes, sir.
One of the main things that I forgot, and with all this stuff going on, I forgot about the scholarships. So how much money do we have over there?
I'll have to check. I'll check it. I'll send you an email.
I just want to apologize for the 2026 graduates, because the elected officials in this community usually give out a $500 scholarship to each school, and it just slipped my mind because I got a lot going on, but I just want to apologize. But that don't stop you from getting your $100 from you double it up next time.
Yeah, we probably need to see if we can still continue to get that $100 for this year, because I think it's really not enough in there. I think me and Brandon looked at it kind of last year, and we had to limit the scholarship. So it would be good to continue to give.
Wait, could you send that out?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Gary.
Good, no problem. Just speaking of airport precinct, so on our voting precinct, we definitely gonna have to come up with a plan. Since we came for that airport, it was a mess out there, so we gotta do something to get the cars in and out. Gotta put some kind of surface down. Why not make it where they can use it right there, because that is a problem. And I looked at our Foster Mountain precinct, which is one of our biggest precincts. It had a little rain there, and we was under litigation about this thing. So I just want to bring that up. We got an election coming up. I was getting with Robert to look at a few things to airport precinct to try to get it where we can use it, because that's very important. And that was a lot of people was kind of disappointed. It's turned to a mess. It rained, water pipe was busted. It wouldn't have been as bad if it wasn't for those, but we want to work on that precinct. And the app, I'm gonna go back before I forget cameras. Just all about parks. But it is summertime, and we need to kind of look at to just cover us and probably save some lives. Just to put a camera in all of our parks and make sure that it's covered. And if you got a park that has a camera and it's not enough, then we need to look at putting an extra camera in to try to do that, to say that. And like everybody else, I am excited about the airport, the county, city, everybody working together. I'm excited about Morgantown Road. They finally started on it. Definitely won't take as long. Hopefully it won't take as long as the other one. Shouldn't take as long as the other one to get that going. And just we gonna continue to move forward with that. And I guess it's a few things that we can go out, and I'm trying to explore what we can, because it is a hard time, and we can be most economical, but also deliver to people a good service that falls for roadways and stuff like that. So we just gonna continue to work forward and move forward, trying to help it. And when we doing it, I just wanna, and I think everybody at the board know, I wanna make this clear to the board, I'm not doing it for one supervisor, that the research we're doing for the and continue to entire board. So it ain't like I'm coming over here and asking the road manager. I just want everybody to know we trying to look for the most economical situation that's gonna last, and it ain't gonna be just for District 5, it'll be for everybody, the whole county, and doing that. And that's with that, I yield my report.
Appreciate you doing that.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got Supervisor Middleton.
Yeah,
Thank you, Supervisor.
all of my stuff was handled in departmental reports. I do want to add to that list of people to pray for is Ricky Warren's family. Ricky lost his son, Brian, last week, and it's just terrible for the family and his children. And congratulations again to all our seniors, leaving home, like I think Supervisor Wilson said, they think they got their freedom, and it's a scary world out there. And be smart, be safe, and enjoy life. That's all I have.
One other thing, that young man that died at Monterey the other day, what a tragedy. I think that happened Saturday night. You know, they're not sure exactly what happened to him. He swimming, got out, ate something, laid down, and was dead. A little while later, I don't know if he choked to death or what happened to him. It's just like, it is scary. Young people like that dying, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad when anybody dies, but when those youngsters, it changes everything.
That's it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't have anything. Chancellor Clark, Brandon Lewis.
I just have a few things. Let's see, the new reports were made and spread across the minutes for the Adams County Sheriff's Office, please.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion? Motion by Supervisor Wilson,
Second.
second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Also have the tax redemption settlement for April of 2026 that I have spread across the minutes, please.
You heard the request. Do I hear a motion? Motion by Supervisor Wilson,
Second.
second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
And just have one more item. We have a property that was purchased by a Mr. Snyder. He purchased it April 3rd of 2023. So subsequent to that, 2 chargebacks came on, one for the 23 tax year, one for the 24 tax year. Both were after the purchase and were for the prior owner. We've had these come up recently and just trying to get them cleaned up. So I'd just like to request a motion from the board to strike the 23 and 24 chargebacks related to PPIN 10845 because they were related to the previous owner and they were not of record when Mr. Snyder purchased the property.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion?
How much are we losing?
They're usually the chargebacks run about $275 to $300 a piece. So it would be about probably around $600 at the max.
Mr. Attorney, legally,
Yes, as long as the purchaser did not have knowledge, public knowledge of the chargeback when they acquired the property, then we can go back and undo it.
so if somebody purchase a piece of property and they say they not aware,
They can't just say it, if the public records, because you're all on public notice as to what deeds or so forth, the chargebacks have to be on the deed records. If they're on the deed records and you acquire the property, you're stuck with it.
so they wasn't on the
They were not when they acquired it. It's a strange, they really need to fix that little problem, and, because it happens maybe 5 or 6 times a year we get them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the attorney that did the final opinion didn't.
There's no way they could have found it.
No way.
They weren't a
Okay.
record at the time. So
Okay.
he purchased it and the first chargeback came on 14 days after he purchased it and the next one came on almost a year after he purchased it. So
Okay, thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
that's all I have. Thank
You
you.
know, Attorney Scott Slover.
This person, Curtis Weber, filed a complaint about their homestead, lacking their homestead situation, and I'd like a chance to address it and see if there's anything that they can do. Basically, had homestead claimed, filed and obtained a divorce, lost their homestead because you're supposed to refile when you do it, and we're gonna see what can be done, if anything, and there may be nothing that we can do on it. And there's several of them that have happened that they're asking about.
Yes.
so, Madam President,
Go ahead.
so they had it when they was together. When they separated or divorced, whatever came, he didn't reapply.
Yeah. They move, so it happens.
And what we trying to do?
We're gonna see if there's anything, any relief that any of these, there's several of them that are asking if there's any relief to that, getting their homestead or whatever. He didn't move, he's 100% veteran, you know,
Wait, why is he?
because he's gonna pay taxes, he didn't have homestead, he lost his homestead, and then.
So he's not disabled, he's just 100%.
He's a 100% disabled veteran.
Why is he paying taxes?
He's paying taxes because he lost his homestead, because he got divorced.
And he didn't resign.
And
That's
he
what
didn't
you said.
reapply, that's correct.
His house is worth over.
That's why we wanna see if we can help
It
out.
doesn't matter what his house is worth. We
I
need
thought
as a veteran, what's his veteran?
as a disabled veteran,
On their homestead.
Oh,
so they got to do what everybody else got to do.
Yeah. So we're gonna see if there's anything we can do. Maybe not. There's this little documentary that wants to use our old jail. They want to film on it. We didn't have an active form to rent out the jail area. I suggested that we looked at I didn't suggest it to them, I'm suggesting to y'all, we use the Providence pricing and, you know, let them rent that out if they want to film there. But that's.
The jail?
Who is it? I'm more concerned of what they're gonna be filming, man, because, somebody just sent me a documentary, man, and what I heard in that documentary, I hope they don't be saying that kind of stuff up here at our jail. But that was.
We'll put that on hold then and, you know.
I see exactly what they're
I'll fix
filming
around.
and,
And then I have we had a workforce agreement after talking with Colin a long time. What I believe they want to try to do is something that's not as a long-term commitment on the front end, have a 60-day commitment, and every 60 days thereafter, they took out a majority of some of the things we had in there. For instance, they're not having a hiring board. They just want to hire somebody and hire themselves and get reimbursed. From an attorney's perspective, whenever it's a shorter term contract like that, it's not as much scrutiny on my end because it's really your trust to the other side, and if you don't like them, you can opt out. So I personally, or I'll say personally, legally, professionally thought that's, you know, would probably work. I like shorter term contracts anyway.
I think they should hire themselves.
Colin was good with that. I believe the city will be good with that. I don't know if it's made its rounds to them or not. I did send it to both the attorneys for the school district and for the city's attorney on that end too.
It'll probably come to us next week.
Yeah.
If it's okay with the board, I'd ask that we approve it. Again, I know Supervisor Gaines and Hutchins, y'all talked about this before. It seems to be a really, really successful program for us. I know we've brought in a lot of federal money for the little bit of money that's been local, so it's got a good return and good results. So y'all wanna go ahead and
We
approve
heard the
it?
request. Can I get a motion?
Second.
I got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, the ayes have it, motion carried.
And that's, I had a couple of different items for each term.
Okay. Administrator.
The Energy representative that was at the last meeting emailed and wanted to know if y'all had made a decision on,
She said Entergy?
Energy on the proposal that they submitted. Okay. I have a budget amendment for the road department, a couple of areas, removing them from the fire hydrants to the culverts, $10,000, removing $32,330 from the contract services to concrete, and $3,000 from herbicides to uniforms.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion? Motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, the ayes have it, motion carried.
I have the fourth pay application for Thrash for the airport construction in the amount of $2,295,000.15.
You heard the request.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines,
Second.
second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion?
That's from the grant, right? That's from the grant.
No, this is an actual invoice. This is their monthly invoice where they submit for payment.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
And then I have an invoice for Bassey Aviation. They are our project manager for representing the county for $25,557.72.
You heard the request.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson,
Second.
second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
So I got an email, a couple weeks ago from Enterprise. We have, the sheriff's van is, under their purchase agreement, lease purchase agreement that we did in 2024, I think. Any vehicles that can accommodate 9 or more occupants has to have $2 million liability for that vehicle. We have $1 million that we carry on all our county vehicles. We can't do all, we have to either go everybody up to 2 million, or we have to do something else to get the van out from under the enterprise lease. So my suggestion would be just to go ahead and buy the van out of that lease, and then we don't have to worry about
And that insurance.
the insurance. It still falls under our insurance. It's gonna be about $43,000.
Van.
So I'd like permission to go ahead and move that forward and buy the van out from that lease purchase.
Where is the funding gonna come from? Is it,
I think the sheriff's department's gonna have enough to.
they got enough in their fund? Okay, budget for it.
Is that a transport van?
Yes,
Yes.
transport van.
Does that van have all the seats in it?
Do you-
Every row?
Yeah, I think it has every row, and yeah, we do have every row in the thing.
It's 15 passenger, I was just wondering if it didn't have every row, would it get us below the?
It has
Okay.
15. You heard the request, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
As I told you, a roof company brought by samples of shingles for the roof for this building and in the courthouse. I reached out to Carter Byrne, and he and, help me out, Ms. Hall, is it Mingo? Mingo. Yeah, they've taken the lead on it to go through the necessary channels to get approval for what we can put on this building. Mostly this building, that building, they're thinking that whoever built, put shingles on it the last time, they're just regular shingles. But this one mostly, I think is the one that matters. So, but I just want to let the board aware that it's in their ball court to handle to go through this channels and then decide what shingles would be agreed upon by the different organizations. And then I have a couple to be determined.
That's all you have?
I think so.
All right. Last time we didn't get, this fee in lieu approved with, Letitia Davis, her salary of $50,065. I need a motion for that.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines,
Second.
second by Supervisor Wilson. In a discussion.
You said fee and lieu, that's awesome.
What I said?
I wish it was a fee and lieu.
I said fee.
Pay and lieu.
Pay and lieu. What I said, fee and lieu.
Fee and lieu would be correct. Okay,
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Let's see, that's something else in there. Next, I think the, Southwest Mississippi Planning and Development District, Area Agency and Aging is inviting you all to a public hearing Tuesday, which is tomorrow at 11 o'clock at Clayton County Multipurpose Building in Fort Gibson. The hearing is being conducted to provide the opportunity to discuss area agency planning for the fiscal year of October 1, 2026 through September 30, 2027. The purpose of the hearing is to receive comments on the plans from party interested in service which are offered to the elderly. if anyone would like to attend. Do I need to get a approval for that if anyone wants
When
to
is
attend it? It's tomorrow in Clayton County. Anyone attending? No, I don't know how you get it. Next I have, this is from the Mountville Jubilee. We always appropriate them, I think $500, and they just asking for the appropriation, just a letter asking for the appropriation. So we can go on and send that appropriation out. You want me to send this out?
So moved.
I think that's already, it's already, but we don't have to get up and talk about that. All right, next thing I have, I need to get approval for Supervisor Gaines, Supervisor Gray, and myself who serve on the Southwest Planning and Development Board. This is to attend our quarterly meeting, and it's going to be June the 9th in Macomb, Mississippi. I need a motion.
So moved.
Motion for Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second? Second for Supervisor Gray, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. I need a approval for travel for myself, and this is, these two travel have no reimbursements to it also. I need approval for myself to attend the local workforce board I serve on for Southwest Central, and it's gonna be in Jackson on June the 11th.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Gray. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carried. Next, I want to talk about public safety a little bit. I think Supervisor touched on this with the areas and public safety. With the graduates and everybody that's attending the park out at every park. Public safety, when we talk about public safety, these parks was to, when we was talking in that conference, they talked about public safety. And one of the things that was to curtail public safety were the parks. It was giving the kids something to do and trying to keep them from going out doing other things, for us, all the other things that we've been having to occur, the murders, the killings, the drugs and everything else. So the parks was one of the things that they touched on for public safety. So we want to do everything we can to keep these parks going and just try to curtail whatever else is going on at the parks that we can continue with public safety. Another thing, I'd like to congratulate all the seniors that graduated. This is a big step for them. I know I was glad when I graduated as a senior and felt like I was gonna be on my own, and I was grown then, but I wasn't. But I'd like to say congratulations to all of them. This is a big step for their future, and I wish them all success in it. The next thing I have is Missy. Today is the deadline for the county administrator's applications. Have we received any applications?
I didn't know we had posted it, but I did get one and I think y'all did the email. I will check with Sharon.
Okay, I think it's been posted.
I'll check with Sharon.
Yeah. But let's make sure. Because I think today was the deadline, so we need to see where we are with that so we can start setting up interviews. And that's all I have. So I need a motion for a closed determination. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.